Hey guys, today I'm going to be trying some of the new climbs in the cave. There are cool climbs ranging from V0 to V6, so stay tuned. I'll start with this gray V0 slab. It's a jug ladder, and I kinda just throw myself at all the moves. I move on to this green V2. All of the holds are jugs. I get around the corner and realize I have to foot swap. Then I have to mantle until I can stand up on one leg. Next, I have to pull myself up with an undercling. I cross over with my right hand, grab the arete, and step up with my right foot. From the last hold, I shift my weight over to the left so I can go for the match. This is my favorite V2 ever set in this gym. It has interesting moves and sequences. A high foot, tough step up into an undercling, and a sketchy finish. I move on to this orange V3. It starts on 2 slopers. There are 2 more slopers, and then there are a couple of crimps. There's 1 more sloper, and then you finish on the top edge. I didn't see the foothold around the corner in the cave, so I try to figure out how to start this. I press myself into the wall and end up in this sort of chimney position. The crimps are awful, so I push off the right wall to rock over my left foot. I mantle with my left hand, and I can reach the last hole. I get my left foot into a pocket in the sloper. I get my right foot on the crimp and reach for the black panel. I get a high left foot. I can't reach the top edge, and I can't rock over my left leg. I go for the top edge dynamically, but I can't get it. I try again, but I miss. I wanted to get my right foot on the higher crimp, but I can't do it from this position. I down climb, and then I'm able to get my right foot up. It's crazy how much of a difference the higher foot makes. From there, I can reach the top edge with my left hand. I still have to do a bit of a dynamic move to get my right hand on the top edge, but it's much easier than before. This is definitely one of the most interesting V3s that my gym has ever set. I move on to this pink V3. All of the holds are jugs, but it's very steep. I go for a heel hook here, but then I cut feet. I think it would have been better to use this hold on the side of the volume instead. The second to last hold isn't great on the sides. I end up having to adjust my right hand to make room. Then, I end up doing a super deep block off to get to the last hold. Overall, this end was super ugly. I'll definitely climb it with better beta and sequencing next time. I move on to this black V4. All of the holds are jugs, but the moves are a lot bigger compared to the V3. The second hold felt super crimpy because there wasn't a lot of room between the hold and the wall. I think about doing a pogo with my left leg, but it ends up backfiring instead, and I can't reach the next hold. I use a foothold on the left, and I'm able to reach the next hold statically. The next hold seems so far away. I think about ways to get closer. I try a heel hook, but it doesn't help. I try a dynamic move, but I don't reach the next hold. I try turning my right hip in, but the move seems too big to do statically. I focus on pushing through my right foot, and I'm able to do the move dynamically. The hold is actually smaller than I thought, so you need a bit of precision. I move on to this white V5. All of the holds are pipes. I totally mess up my sequencing by getting a right heel hook here. I get my left hand on the next hold, and then I get a heel hook so I can match with my right hand. From here, my intended foot sequence doesn't work out, so I have to improvise, and I waste a lot of time on the wall. I get to the second to last hold, but the next move feels massive. I try to turn my right hip in and smear on the wall with my left foot, but it slips and I can't get any tension. This time, I'm able to drop knee and create tension by smearing my left foot. Then, I'm able to barely reach the last hold. The climb definitely felt super physical in the cave portion, and then the last move was kinda tricky. I'm not sure why the drop knee worked the second time. Maybe the higher part of the wall, being so much closer, made it easier to generate tension. I move on to this yellow V5. It starts with a step up move into an undercling. Then, you have big moves to decent holds. There's this pretty bad crimp, and you have to make a huge move to a blocked crimp. And then you have to top out. I try to use the foothold by the undercling, but I can't generate any tension from that position. I start from the undercling to focus on the rest of the climb. This time, I use the lower foothold and I'm able to make a big cross over to the next hold. The crimp feels so far away. I try to jump for it, but I lose my feet. I try this sort of toe hook using the side of my shoe, and it almost works. I try a heel hook, but it pops. I decide to stick with the toe hook, and I'm able to get the crimp. The move to the block crimp also seems massive. I try to crank on a heel hook, but it doesn't feel useful. I try to foot swap so I can go for a drop knee, but I miss the foothold. I move on to this purple V6. It starts on decent holds. Next, there's a flat hold around the arete. There's a big crossover, and then you have to cut feet to make a dynamic move to the left and swing your feet over. The rest of the holds are decent, but the feet are a little difficult, and then you have to top out. The move to the jug isn't bad. I get my foot around the arete so I can swap hands and move my right hand. The left hand felt good when I was underneath it, but when I got my feet up, I had to bend my arm and grip the hold a lot harder. The crossover felt a bit desperate. I'm merely horizontal and try to jump for the next hold, but I miss. I match on the right hold, and I'm able to generate more force and make the dynamic move. I try to get my right hip in, but I can't keep tension and miss the next hold. I try to do the move more dynamically, but I hit the hold too far on the left. But that's going to be the end of today's session. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!